Right then, welcome back. And against my better judgment, we're going to do the CBR300 RR race modified bike. And, well, it's a bit shit. Straight in pros and cons setup, easy to ride, good for corner speed technique, close racing. Cons, it's slow, it doesn't warm the rear tyre up, and it's the slowest 300. Can you guess what my biggest gripe, well, race modified 300, can you guess what my biggest gripe with this motorcycle is? Yeah, it's slow. It is. We did the Street Fighter V4S, which is unbelievable. The RC213 VS was my favourite bike. I like the 2010 Aprilia RS V4, but the Street Fighter is just mega. It is so far beyond those two, it's unreal. And then I lost all that stuff, which I've said, and then I thought I'll not touch it for a few weeks, we'll go nice and easy, and we'll do the CBR300. What a mistake. Apart from it being reasonably difficult to overtake the other riders on 120% skill level, once you're past, that's it. It is just like a time trial. I know, well, my plan, if I do one of these setups, I plan to put the best race on in the kind of replay format that I use at the end of the video for you to watch. But the races were that boring. I mean, I dropped the controller at one point because my brain just switched off and I fell asleep. And I was like, what is happening here? They're just... I mean, if you love 300s, you've got a CBR 300 and you're... What you got to be to ride one of them? 19? Yeah, that's the stupidity of British motorcycling rules, that you've got to be 19 to ride a 300 that genuinely wouldn't pull a plaster off your arm if you just come out of the shower. It is just slow. But if you've got a 300 and it's the love of your life and you love it and it's mega, then use it and race it and enjoy it and learn corner speed techniques and do a little bit of an apprenticeship, but it's still shit. It's just shit. There's no other way around it. Every mistake is punished beyond belief. The draft, bear in mind, Milestone did an update where they turned the power of the draft down. So the draft's been reduced, which on these 300s is just absolutely mad. You have to draft. But that's enough about the racing. Time trials. The first course we went to was UMC West. That was the first race. We did all them laps. And on lap 8, we managed to drop in a 1:31.9. Funnily enough, on softs, you can see the issues that I've had with tyre heat. You've got to stupidly, absolutely pin the front end into the tarmac to get any heat in the front, and the rear just goes stone cold. That would have put us fourth. The Yamaha and the KTM are so far ahead on the performance rating, it's unreal. I mean, we're over 100 points behind the Yamaha. It's not even funny. Then we went to Brands GP. The race was in the wet. It was rubbish. And then we did that many laps on a time trial. I didn't feel that I could go any faster. I didn't really make any mistakes. I hit every apex, I hit every braking point, and look how long it takes to get from the second to last corner to the last corner at Brands on the 300. I probably could have read the old book about the special people before we got between those two corners. But yeah, again, we would have gone 30th. The problem is we got no power. I mean, the KTM's only, 20 points in front, but even those 20 points, it's just got so much power. The Yamahas are just all over that. Then we went to Cadwell Full. I mean, I stupidly picked this playlist. Thought this will be good, we'll do this, it's a giggle. Absolutely not. It's the 300 Pro Cup. And why are we racing bikes at Cadwell that do 70 mile an hour flat out? It handles well. I can't complain about the handling. You throw it into corners, it changes direction well. The brakes are okay because it weighs about as much as my left testicle. But other than that, it sounds like some broken fart machine. It's not very fast in a straight line. It will do wheelies. I was doing wheelies at Cadwell. I want to see if I could do a full lap at Cadwell on the back wheel. You can't, because it falls off in the corners. But we would have gone 29th. Again, a complete lack of power. You look up the leaderboards and it's just Yamaha everywhere. There is a Honda in front of us, a couple of tenths, but apart from that, it's pretty much dead. And then we went to Alton Island, one of my favourite circuits. 7 laps. Oh, it seemed to seemed to take forever. But again, I can't criticise the bike through the corners. It handles well. Tyres are a big problem. Thankfully, it doesn't have enough power to spin a cold rear tyre up. But I mean, committing through Druids at like nearly 90 miles an hour on a little 300, I mean, that's pretty much flat stick. It will not go much faster than that. And on the right track, I mean, somewhere like Tsukuba, it'd be a nightmare. But somewhere that's reasonably open and flowing, I suspect the Foster's version of Alton would actually be reasonably entertaining if you could get 5, 6, 10 of your mates together and have a bit of a ding-dong. But I've got no mates, so I can't do it. So what I have to do is do time attacks, and that put us 4th again, top Honda, nearly 2 seconds behind the fastest time on a Yamaha. Last but not least, we went to Kanto South. The race was started off wet and dried out. 3 laps again, nothing to write home about. We did a bit of a time trial. We ended up with a 151.1. Changes direction again. Well, even with a kind of street circuit layout rather than an open circuit like Alton, you've just got to be so accurate. If you are not mega accurate with these little 300s, and I mean, to a certain extent, even some of the slower 600s like the Hornet and things like that, you've just got to be mega accurate, otherwise you're just getting nowhere. Someone will just rock a 675 or a 765 Triumph out and you're in a world of trouble. But I mean, down the straight, I was going to leave it in, but it seemed to take 3 weeks 3 weeks before it got to the last corner. Good old turn 11. I mean, I don't really, turn 12 not really a corner, is it? The straight at Brands Hatch is less straight than that corner, but yeah, I mean, we did 6th. The 151.1 put us 6th. Again, there was just no satisfaction in doing it. I mean, it's a nice bike. I just derived no enjoyment whatsoever from doing this, from riding it for 5 races? 5 races and setting some decent times, some inside the top 5, top 10, and I just got no pleasure. So what I did while I was at Alton, I decided to see if I could wheelie like as much as the lap as possible. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, me mucking about on a CBR300 at Alton. Next time we're going to do the 2019 BMW R1250R, which after this should feel like a rocket ship. So yeah, join me for that one. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, all the usual jazz. And fingers crossed I will see you for the next setup. Take care, stay safe, peace.